Alright, time for back with another YouTube video. Let's talk about Raw, SmackDown, and NXT this week. Alright. Alright, so the Raw results are, so basically they were doing the hype up for Survivor Series. Braun came out. Who came out first? Wasn't Braun. It was Baron Corbin was in the ring, announced that the team captain for the female superstars is going to be Alexa Bliss. And she's, did she say who the team was? I don't remember if she said the team at that moment. I don't believe she did. But, so the team for Raw is Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, maybe Braun Strowman, if Braun wants to be on the team. Because Braun never said he wanted to be on the team. Baron Corbin was just trying to put him on it. Then we get the Riot Squad versus Natty, Sasha, and Bayley. And the match ended in a no contest because Ruby Riot breaks Jim Neidhart's sunglasses that Natalya was wearing to the ring. Then we get Jinder Mahal versus Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews wins. Which is, I don't want to say it's a surprise because Jinder Mahal's a jobber, so former WWE champion, but jobber nonetheless. Then we get Seth Rollins coming out saying how he can't defend the tag titles by himself. Baron Corbin pops up. Authors of Pain versus Seth Rollins for the tag titles. AOP win. So there you go. AOP new tag team champions, although they lost the last week in a triple threat, which was like, well, AOP doesn't look strong in a loss from last week, and the tag division seems like a joke now. But I mean, you had to do something with the tag titles, so it's whatever. This match went way too long. Elias isn't that great of a wrestler. Dolph Ziggler's a better wrestler. And who won? That's right. Elias. So, yay for all you people out there that are Elias fans. I'm not one of them. So then we get Ronda calling out Becky Lynch, basically saying how you were in clown college, I was being successful in UFC. Basically that balance of success and not success, and talking about that 5 years that Becky Lynch quit wrestling. That's basically what Ronda's talking about. Then we get Nia coming out saying how after you're done with Becky, I'm going to fight you for the title because I'm number one contender. And then we get Nia versus Ember Moon. Nia wins, turns heel on Ember Moon with Tamina. So there you go. Bobby Lashley versus Finn. Lashley wins. Finally. He lost to Finn Balor twice already. This was it was a good match. Wasn't that great, but it was good. Kurt versus Drew. This match was better. Probably best match on the show, I'd say. So if Kurt wins, he would have been team captain for Survivor Series. Kurt lost. Drew wins. So nothing happens. Kurt, he'll probably still be on the team because the rumors say that he's going to be on the team, and the rumors for SmackDown were, kind of right, kind of wrong. SmackDown results: Daniel Bryan and Miz are co-captains. The team members for SmackDown are Miz and Bryan, Shane, Rey Mysterio, and Samoa Joe. Just getting those team members out the way, just so I can go through the rest of the show. First match: Rey versus Andrade. Rey wins and then gets RKO'd by Randy Orton. So this was a good match. This match was pretty great, honestly. Move my freaking camera up a little bit. And my room is dark right now because I have my lights turned off. You guys have seen my background before. You don't really need to see it again. You've seen it once or twice or three times or however many times you've watched my videos. You've seen it. Anyway, Joe versus Jeff. Joe wins, and Joe becomes the 5th member of the SmackDown Survivor Series team, where Raw doesn't even have their team complete yet. So there you go. And Daniel Bryan attacks everybody. Joe celebrating in Daniel Bryan's face. Bryan attacks him. Miz is trying to pull him off. Bryan attacks him. Shane comes down, tries to pull him off. Bryan attacks him. So Daniel Bryan attacked everybody. And people are asking, is Daniel Bryan going to go heel? No. Is Shane McMahon going to go heel? I don't know. I would say no, but if he's like, oh, I'm the best in the world, I agree with everyone. Everybody's saying I'm best in the world, so I'm best in the world. So, yeah, that makes me a heel. You know, Shane McMahon thinking he's best in the world even though he's not. I'd say that makes him a heel. Either way, Becky Lynch responds to Ronda. Becky basically says how winning comes easy to her. Like, speaking of Ronda, of course, winning comes easy to Ronda. But when Ronda meets Becky, Becky's going to tap her out and break her arm. So there you go. And then we also had Usos versus the New Day. New Day win. New Day win. New Day lose. Usos win. Team captain for Survivor Series SmackDown. There's a team versus team SmackDown and Raw. So I forget who the 5 teams are on SmackDown. Usos, New Day, Club, Sanity. Damn. I know there's one more. It's not Bludgeon Brothers because one's injured. I don't know. Anyway, then we also had Becky Lynch versus Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross's debut. Becky Lynch wins, of course, because she's not losing going into her match with Ronda. Granted, what was it? It was some TNA, I think, or NXT. That's what it was. It was NXT when Lars Sullivan and Velveteen Dream had their match, and I was like, oh, well, Velveteen Dream can't lose going into his match, and he did. Granted, it was because of Tommaso Ciampa interference. Other matches on NXT was Otis Dozovic and Tucker Knight versus the Forgotten Sons. Otis Dozovic and Tucker Knight win. What was the women's match? Or was there a women's match? I got to look at the results. I know there was a women's segment that set up Bianca Belair and Mia Yim fighting each other next week. And Candice LeRae also came in asking how she wants a match against Nikki Cross. So those matches are going to happen next week. I can remember those things, but I can't remember if there was a women's match on NXT. Oh, wait. There was. Dakota Kai versus Tanara Conti, which Dakota Kai wins. And Dakota Kai lost earlier that day to Tony Storm NXT UK match, which I'll get to that NXT UK in a second. Anyway, Paige comes out, announces this women's team for SmackDown. Naomi, Sonya, Asuka, Carmella, and Charlotte didn't come out, so I don't know what that means. Charlotte's still on the team, of course. She just didn't come out when she was told to. Anyway, so let me go to NXT UK since I talked about it already. And then I'll go to 205. All right. Kenny Williams defeats Joseph Connors. Zach Gibson beat Amir Jordan. Dan Masta beat Damian Willer. Kenny Williams and Joe Connors. I know who Joe Connors is. So, yeah. What are these other? Oh yeah, the other matches happened. Duh. El Ligero, James Drake. El Ligero beat James Drake. Ashton Smith attacked by the Coffee Brothers and Wolfgang before the match, which I think the Coffee Brothers did win their match. Yeah, they did. Pete Dunne retains the UK Championship over Danny Burch. Eddie Dennis beat Sid Scala. Jordan Devlin beat Kenny Williams. Tony Storm beat Dakota Kai. And then Jenny attacks Dakota Kai. We'll probably get Tony Storm versus Jenny next week, I guess. Or Jenny versus Dakota Kai next week. I don't know. Joe Coffey, Mark Henry. Wait, Joe Coffey's right. Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, Wolfgang beat Mark Andrews, Flash Morgan Webster, and Ashton Smith. So, overall, NXT UK, pretty good. I did skip the Jordan Devlin and Kenny Williams match because I don't know who Kenny Williams is. And I'm sure I read like way more results than I was supposed to. Oh yeah, I read all the results in one. I know Kenny Williams didn't have two matches that day. They didn't have that many. Didn't because I read them off as like they had like 6 matches on NXT UK. That's not true. Anyway, I talked about NXT already because I basically remembered that. Last thing I'm going to talk about is Lucha Underground, though. But I got to get through 205 first. Lucha House Party versus Mike Kanellis and TJP. Lucha House Party win because TJP pulls off the mask of Lince. I got a mask right there, Rey Mysterio mask. You guys can't see it because it's off camera. So yeah, he pulls off the mask of Lince Dorado, and Lince was wearing another mask under it. So then rolls up TJP and gets the win. So there you go. Leo Rush versus a jobber named Josh Morrell. Leo Rush wins, of course. And then when Cedric was training in the Performance Center, Leo Rush came in and started antagonizing him. He's like, "Oh, let me know when your class gets out. Let me know when you're ready. Because next week, the Man of the Hour is going to beat you." Because they're having a match next week, Leo Rush and Cedric. Leo Rush is undefeated. Cedric lost twice. So I'm wondering if Cedric can be the first guy to beat Leo Rush. Losing to a former Cruiserweight champion, it's not bad. Like, if you had to lose to anybody, at least you're losing to a former champion. Anyway, Buddy Murphy versus Mark Andrews. This match was pretty great. Buddy Murphy beats Mark Andrews with the Murphy's Law. An end to his match at Survivor Series. More than likely, Survivor Series pre-show match against Mustafa Ali for the Cruiserweight Championship, because that's what they do with the Cruiserweights. They put them on the pre-show. Oh, does this go through all parts? Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. Well, Part 3 is with part 4, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. Wait. What did I miss? The Phoenix? Where's wait a minute. Oh, here it is. That was first match on the show. Okay, so Lucha Underground, Ultimate Lucha Quattro. Hold on. Oh, it's starting. Okay, well, opening segment started with Johnny Mundo and Taya backstage. Johnny's playing air guitar. Taya's like talking to Taya and Johnny are basically talking backstage. Well, Johnny's talking to her, and Taya's like listening or whatever. And then Johnny walks away. Taya gets possessed by the doll. Uh, then we get Phoenix versus Dragon Azteca, 2 out of 3 falls match. Dragon gets the first fall. Phoenix gets the other 2, and Melissa Santos runs away. So Melissa Santos is not guest ring announcer. Not guest ring announcer. She's not ring announcer anymore. So who comes out? Shaul Guerrero. You don't know who Shaul Guerrero is? She was a wrestler in NXT. Plus, she's related to Chavo's dad. Chavo Jr., Chavo Sr., Hector, and Eddie and Vicky's daughter. So there you go. And she does a Three Amigos to Famous B because Famous B comes out and says, "I don't know who you are, but take my card. 423, get fame." So then Shaul Guerrero hits first Chavo hits him with a punch, and then Shaul Guerrero pokes him in the eye, does Three Amigos, and Chavo goes up for the frog splash. So the best use ever of Chavo Guerrero in Lucha Underground. The biggest babyface pop he's ever got. Ever. Is him with his niece. So yeah. There you go. Then we get what do we get? Matanza versus Matanza. Oh yeah. Not Matanza. Mil Muertes versus the Mac. And the Mac wins. This death match was pretty bloody, pretty crazy. As most death matches are. Pretty bloody, pretty crazy. Not as bloody as the Pentagon and Vampiro match, but still pretty bloody and pretty crazy. Johnny Mundo versus Matanza, and Johnny Mundo has the gauntlet on to get the gauntlet of the gods, I think it is. And Johnny Mundo beats Monster Matanza, and Matanza was like cowering away when Johnny had that gauntlet on and was charging towards him. So that was like, what? A motion from the monster? No way. But yeah. So Johnny wins, and Matanza ends up getting killed later, but we'll get to that in a backstage segment. Well, I can just talk about it now. Backstage segments where Matanza getting killed by Black Lotus because Aerostar, Dragon Azteca, and King Cuerno were talking about, oh, so what do we do with the gauntlet? It's too powerful. Dragon Azteca is like, give it to me. She'll make it quick. And we were like, who's she? And I was like, oh, Black Lotus is going to go kill Matanza. Okay. Well, let's let that happen, and then we'll take the gauntlet back. And Aerostar takes the gauntlet, puts it in Dario Cueto's hands, dead hands, of course. And so Dario Cueto is back alive because Aerostar went back in time and gave him the gauntlet. So there you go. Dario Cueto came back to life for season 5 that I heard is filming in February or coming back in February, something like that. Then we get Pentagon Dark versus Marty the Moth. Pentagon Dark wins. So a Zero Miedo match is a death match, but just a different name. So you still win by pinfall. This match was pretty crazy, pretty bloody, bloodier than the last match, the actual death match. So then Vampiro comes in, presents the title to Pentagon Dark, and then does he low blows him. They brawl a little bit, and Vampiro's like, "I'll introduce you to my master," and he's like, dressed as Pentagon, but he's like not Pentagon. People are calling him like Australian Suicide, so like that's his actual name from what I hear. Like that's not. Oh, he's an Australian version of TJP. No, 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 no. Na 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 na. Hey mama, na 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 na. Anyway, so yeah, Australian Suicide, which they're probably gonna call him like Hexagon Junior or something. Coined that from another YouTuber that I watched. That's not my thing, but if they want to make him like, they made him look like Pentagon Junior when he came in. So you want to call him something that's like similar to Pentagon, call it say Hexagon something, because that's the next step up from Penta, which means 5. Hexagon is 6. So there you go. And then so basically Hexagon Junior. He's not a Hexagon Junior yet. I'm just gonna call him that. Hexagon Junior does 2 corkscrew shooting star presses to Pentagon, and then Jake Strong comes in, cashes in Gift of the Gods, does the ankle lock, Jake Strong, aka Jack Swagger, and wins the Lucha Underground Championship. So now Jake Strong is Lucha Underground Champion, and another backstage segment to lead into. They say, do we have control of the temple? Antonio Cueto says, yeah, we do. So we see Wade Barrett as the overlord of the temple. So we got Wade Barrett, Jack Swagger, Antonio Cueto, Vampiro, and Hexagon Jr. Hexagon Jr.? Yeah. So they're all in the limo together, and they basically have so they all have control of the temple as like a collective. So like think of the NWO for Lucha Underground. So, oh yeah, I went over all the other segments. So Ultimate Lucha Quattro, pretty great. Lucha Underground as a whole, also pretty great. So there you go. All right, that's everything. I'm gonna Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna share this video to my Twitter, my Facebook, my other Twitter, not Instagram, because I was sharing my video in an Instagram group that I was part of, but I'm not part of it anymore. So, anyways, see you guys next week.